top performing women rep we have in the country, Kirinyaga Women Rep, NJERI MAINA. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
Looking amazing.
Yeah. We have to. I mean, in Kenya, mashida ni mingi. You have to look amazing at least, bana.
How was the book launch?
Amazing. And Martha Karua for me, first of all, she's from Kirinyaga. She's someone that I grew up looking up to and listening to and watching, and I am so much biased when it comes to her. I just love her. I just adore her because she has set the pace for what female leadership can be and should be in this country.
Coming from Kirinyaga as well, Martha Karua from Kirinyaga as well, was she an inspiration to your political journey?
Oh yeah, she was, because I remember growing up, the women who were at the scene and in very powerful seats. Martha Karua was Minister for Justice at the time. And of course there was Kina Julio Jambo, Charity Ngilu, but Martha Karua was it for me. There's just a way that she carried herself, the way she was confident, the way she, just took up space. So growing up, I would watch her on TV, read about her in the papers, and of course I got the chance to meet her in high school at Kabare Girls High School, where she'd come once in a while. So she's someone that I look up to, and I'm also very proud and humbled that up to this point she has really held my hand and supported me as a young woman in politics, and just giving me a call. Things have been tough, right? And just telling me that you have to take a stand, you have to stand for something, even when it's hard, even when it's rough, even when you're afraid, you really have to stand for something.
Okay. I believe Martha Karua has inspired so many female leaders from Kirinyaga as well. Today we are here to witness against the tide launch by Martha Karua. You've been looking forward for this launch?
Oh yeah, I cannot wait to read the book. I cannot imagine, because she's told me some of the stories, when we have tea or dinner. And now I can't wait to read the book. I know it's going to be such a ride. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fulfilling. And for me, it's going to be a learning curve, because she says that you don't have to learn by yourself. If she has gone through something and I can learn it from her, then I don't have to go through the same uncomfortable experience for me to get to where I should be.
A quick one, since we're talking about books, if your life was a book, title ingekuwa gani?
Unapologetic. That would be it.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Period. Because I take a stand, and I am extremely unapologetic about the stand I take, because I feel like we are here to live. We are here to just exert and leave our mark. So what are you doing if you cannot stand for something? Yeah.
Tupige siasa kidogo, sio? Of course, just to take you back, previously Martha Karua, one of the interviews mentioned that she will be vying for a presidential seat coming election 2027. Are you aware of that?
Oh yeah, there's a time I think we had another function. I think it was a conference that she was doing here. And as a person who supports women, and I do not only support women, I support women who are worth backing. Martha Karua would definitely be a candidate to back, because she's earned it. She has proven that she is a leader who can lead Kenya to the next place that it needs to be in.
Wishing her all the best. Now, yesterday, head of the state, Rift Valley, Mount Kenya leaders were at Embu. You were there, I believe so. But so many, events turn around. Kenyans were divided. We see the reception of, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua entering and leaving. At times when he was mentioned, we could see the ground is not shaken. What can you say about yesterday's event at Embu?
I think what I can say is that, first of all, I also had muddy shoes. Like I was told, don't step on the carpet. So I told them, me, I'm used to walking barefoot. I grew up without shoes. So basically telling me not to step on the red carpet is not a thing for me. It's not something that you can bully me with. And that was just off the cuff remark, just a joke. What I can say is that our people, they do not come out to the streets to fight. You will not see them throwing stones, you will not see them burning things, but when the way they receive you, they speak their hearts. And Embu spoke for Mount Kenya. And there's no Mount Kenya East or West or whatever it is that, the people who were planning politics of succession in 2027 were trying to do to divide Mount Kenya votes. The mountain is united. The mountain has spoken solidly. And it has said that it is tired and it is hurt by what the Kenya Kwanza government, which is a government that I mean, is doing things and how they're, just the major issues like healthcare, education. I have been talking to a couple of university students. The funding model is a mess. A lot of students, they have not received any monies. They're supposed to sit exams. Lecturers have been on strike since I don't know when. SHA and SHIF is not working. People don't even know. We're just in a mess, and we promised people that we will deliver the plan. And this is no longer the plan. And if it is the plan, I don't know which plan, because this is not the plan that the Kenya Kwanza government promised the people of Kenya.
There's an incident whereby it shocked so many Kenyans. Former Deputy President was sitting with ordinary Mwananchi. Was that a fair treatment? Was this the best option maybe they could give him?
I think it's, our politics are very volatile, And I think also, from a personal perspective, he's been really hurt. He's someone who invested in this government. He's someone who put his money, his time, his energy. And just the way he was treated and kicked out of government unceremoniously, it shows a lot of deceit. And I think even from yesterday, where he sat, we saw him getting in, he had muddy shoes, there was no red carpet for him. I mean, really, I think power is transcend. And it's good that I learned from him to take it easy, because we will not be in this seat forever. So that is also a learning point for the people who are in power right now, that these seats, you will not be in them forever. So please, when you're there, just be kind, be considerate. If people have supported you, just return that kindness, because at the end of the day, you will be former at some point. And it is the fact of the matter. Yes.
Kuna ile moment ambayo Wakenya wameizungumzia sana. Tuliona former President Uhuru Kenyatta akisalimiana na His Excellency William Samoei Ruto as well. Tuliona pia Deputy President Kithure Kindiki akisalimiana na former President Uhuru Kenyatta. Kuna watu ambao wanasema maybe imefanywa tu kwa PR. Kuna watu ambao wanasema it's for the public, for the Kenyans to see that they're working together as a leader. Kwako umeiona vipi?
I think it would have been very rude for the former president to just sit near Professor Kithure Kindiki and the president and fail to greet them. Even when I get into any function and I meet people who are sat next to me, the first thing I do is I say hello to them. So Kenyans should not read so much into that. Uhuru Kenyatta is said he's a long-term friend of the bishop. So I think these are just simple things. They're just gestures that normal people do every day. You've met me, I've met you, I've said hello to you. So it's just common courtesy. Nothing much should be read into that. Let's not put words into people's mouths unless they come out and speak for themselves, or we see now from actions like we're seeing from Baba that he's in government now.
Lastly, as we wind up this, there's been a rise of femicide, abduction in the country.
Thank you for asking that, because I'm actually supposed to be issuing my statement on Tuesday in regard to that. And I feel that our security agencies are failing Kenyans. They're failing young women, they're failing our mothers, they're failing our youths, young men, because the legislation is there in place. But then you find this is a second time offender who managed to get away in the first instance, because they take these things so casually. You go to report a GBV matter at the police station, they take it as if it's, it is a norm. We've normalized abductions, we've normalized GBV issues, and we should rethink the way forward as a nation, because I believe the president at this point should be speaking at the matter as a national crisis that requires and demands attention. Yes.
What do you suggest? Given a chance today to advise His Excellency and the head of security in the country?
I think what I would say is that we have a focus that is a roundtable discussion. All agencies, the judiciary has to come on board. The Office of the Prosecution, who's the DPP, has to come on board. Our police officers have to be involved, that is Ministry of Interior. And also, as leaders at the local grassroots level, we have to be involved. So I think this is something that one entity cannot do by themselves. So what I would advise the president is, right now, if I were him, I'd be forming a task force to have a roundtable discussion on the way forward, because this is a national crisis.
National crisis. Thank you so much for your time. Did you saw Ahmed Nasser's tweet?
Oh yeah, I saw it, and I mean, like what I've said, you had the people of Embu and Embu purportedly is supposed to be Mount Kenya East, you know. So, and like I've said, our people, they do not go to the streets. But when they love you, you will hear it from them. When they're done with you, you will hear their silence. And even silence is loud. It speaks louder than words.
Is Mount Kenya divided?
Mount Kenya is not divided. You know, even in the last election, you remember the former president had his candidate. The people of Mount Kenya, for a very peculiar reason, and I think because of the past experiences during the Matiba Kibaki time, you know, and Moi, that time when they managed to divide the votes, I think they've learned, even when leaders are divided, the people of Mount Kenya vote solidly as a bloc. And I know that we'll be voting that in the direction we'll be taking in 2027.
Which direction?
And I have just said in the direction we'll be taking. So I think
You mean there'll be a new political party?
No, we wait and see. You know, we wait and see, because I feel as a region, we need a party. We need a regional party, because that is how politics is played, unfortunately, in Kenya. And you see, even in the oldest democracies like the US, you have democratic strongholds, you have Republican strongholds. So it is a tenet of democracy, and it is a tenet of politics. So we cannot shy away from the fact Mount Kenya has learned hard lessons from the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. We definitely will be having a party for the region.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.